Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Ghostbusters Walter Peck Deluxe action figure. Walter Peck includes some accessories, and more importantly, a diorama piece. And that diorama piece is for one of the largest dioramas I think I've ever seen from a figure line. Yes, Diamond Select really has gone above and beyond to give us one of the more impressive looking diorama display bases in recent memory. I might even say of all time. Of all time. What you are getting though with Walter Peck is what appears to be maybe stairwell, I don't know. We'll know when we get this opened up. Inside the box has Walter Peck. He's also that jerk from Die Hard and Die Hard 2. Whatever happened to this guy anyways? Did he just dropped off the map? One of the coolest, one of the more recognizable, do we want to use recognizable? One of the more recognizable just douchebags from 80s movies. Walter Peck, ladies and gentlemen. And that guy who, well, same guy in Die Hard. Whatever happened to him? He just disappeared. Down below, there's the entire rooftop scene. This is essentially what you can build if you collect all 15 figures. I have picked up, I'm thinking, how many did I pick up? 4, 5? 5 figures so far, and then of course the 3 from this wave. Only the first 4 figures did I get diorama bases, or base pieces. The other ones I unfortunately didn't, so the likelihood of me finishing this is slim to none. Other figures available are Slime Peter Venkman and Gozer the Destructor. A read-up says shortly after establishing their business and in the midst of a spike in supernatural sightings, the Ghostbusters drew the interest of the Environmental Protection Agency. Representative Walter Peck visited the firehouse and inquired about the science behind their technology, specifically the ghost storage facility located in the basement, in the building's basement. When he was turned away, he returned with a court order. Police officer and an electrical technician, at which point he shut down the ectoplasmic containment grid, unleashing a horde of ghosts, including the first ghost ever captured at the Sedgwick Hotel upon the city of New York. This 7-inch scale figure is based on the 1984 feature film Ghostbusters and feature multiple points of articulation as well as accessories and diorama parts. It was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. Like what you see and want to see more, head over to www.diamondselecttoys.com. Check out the Ghostbusters property that they're releasing, as well as a ton of others as well. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. And when we come back, we're going to get a better look at Walter Peck. That guy. Stay tuned, guys. There's more heading your way. Don't go anywhere. Let's get these first out of the way. We get a couple of diorama pieces. One looks like it's going to be a platform, and I think it's the part, the side, where I think the little tabletop is going to go on top of this. The other piece that we get is this section right here, which I guess goes, I'm trying to look at how this might go. This way, possibly, or maybe this way. Or possibly this. I think it goes this way, and then I think it's the side, and then one of the towers is going to go. I don't really know. The thing is, this is going to be so incredibly big. Imagining, if you will, it might be about this times 3 long, and then so deep. I just don't. Unfortunately, I can't accommodate this in my collection. It's either like I consider myself a fairly good Ghostbusters fan. Like I think of myself like as someone who really liked Ghostbusters as a kid, loved Ghostbusters 2, loved real Ghostbusters. I loved a lot of Ghostbusters stuff growing up. I feel like I would have to be an extremely diehard fan of Ghostbusters though to not only pick up the figures, which I love the figures, don't get me wrong, but then to get the full diorama and set that up. Collection aside, as cool as this diorama is going to be, and it's going to blow everybody's mind, space also has to be factored in. I just can't warrant having a diorama this big on display. So part of me is disappointed that I couldn't show you guys the full diorama. On the other end of it, I just would not have the space to accommodate a fully built one of these in my house. I'd have people wanting to kill me because I'd have this out on display as a full-sized diorama. So I'm going to move these to the side. I'm sure when eventually there are probably going to be images of a fully assembled, there probably already are fully assembled images of what this thing's going to look like, this monstrosity. That's enough for me. That's enough for me to like look at it as a picture or a video and say, wow, that is really cool. But I'd be kind of glad that I didn't actually set that up in my house. I think I would be the next ghost. The display base, this is not what came with Walter Peck. I simply have just included this so he would actually stand. I'm just going to put that to the side. He actually does not come with any accessories whatsoever. It doesn't come with any interchangeable hands. The strange part is, and I've seen this with other Diamond Select releases, his hand looks like it should hold something, and yet he doesn't come with any accessories. I don't know what you would have him come with, maybe like a notepad or something, but he doesn't come with any sort of accessories. Not unless I misplaced him in the packaging, but he doesn't seem to come with anything. He looks like he should, but he does not. Face-wise, let's have a look at his facial sculpt. I think his face is really good. I feel like his hair and his beard might be a little too light, though. Walter Peck had more like a dirty blonde, but it seemed more to the darker element of it and not less to the light and not to this kind of reddish blonde that we're getting. His hair is this color, but not, I would say, not this shade. It should have been just a little bit darker. His face is, though, quite good. He's got a three-piece suit on, the outer jacket being a more rubbery plastic, and the interior vest and pants are a more denser plastic. Sculpt is very, very nice. Now, Mattel, God bless Mattel, released a whole ton of different Ghostbuster figures. Lukewarm response, I think, not only from myself, but other collectors as well, because it just seemed like they totally phoned in that collection. Making use of essentially as many of the same... Okay, if we could use a suit for one figure, let's use a suit for like 3 or 4 or 12 different figures. So Walter Peck ultimately used the same suit as like We Believe You, the Ghostbusters. Of course, Mattel has also used that suit body for infinite different figure releases. I can't say whether Diamond Select will make use of this body mold, because Diamond Select really is more specific to a character, specific to one figure release. If they only ever release this guy, or only release a figure that's in this suit, it seems okay with them. And it doesn't seem like they're going out of the way, okay, we have to make use of a mold as much as we possibly can. So I think between the sculpt, the fact that they care a little bit more about just the body, and the face sculpt, I think this is a much superior looking figure to the Mattel release of Walter Peck, even though I never picked him up. The one thing that the Mattel, however, did have, that Diamond Select unfortunately doesn't have, it had a really cool containment unit behind Walter Peck, and I think he stood in the front of it. It was neat that he came with that, because it just added additional stuff for the Ghostbusters. I know Diamond Select, their big master plan was to release a diorama. That's the big thing that they want to sell this line with, is one giant diorama, which I completely understand. The downside, however, to that is for anyone who's not collecting the diorama, I feel like guys like Walter Peck could have afforded some additional accessories. Something that's more akin to maybe the firehouse, maybe a containment unit, maybe some ghost traps, maybe something so that it wasn't just solely Walter Peck. I'm happy that we did get Walter Peck, but I feel like he could have also come with something a little bit extra above and beyond a diorama. The downside, though, is the diorama takes up the majority of the packaging, and anybody then, if anybody looking at it says you get a bang for your buck, you get a lot of extra stuff, you get this giant diorama. You do, but if you're not building the diorama, and you're not planning on building the diorama, you're essentially just getting this extra piece of plastic. At least this guy was released also, and as far as I know, he's also released in a retail release. If he doesn't come with the diorama, I'd be curious to know what this figure comes with. Maybe he actually does come with accessories. I don't really know. When it comes to, though, his posability, let's run through this together. I really should not keep this in the view of the camera. Anybody looking at this would think he comes with a diorama base. He doesn't. I'll just move that out of the way. When it comes to his posability, though, Walter Peck's head is on a ball joint. Nice full turnaround on that. Shoulders hinge out. A full rotation around on the arms. A hinge on the elbow. A full rotation on the forearm. A full rotation on the hand. And a hinge back and forth. When it comes to his waist, doesn't have it appearing to have any waist swivel, or if he does, it's there we go. I was going to say it's really stiff on this figure, but he does, however, have a ball joint on the upper torso. Right here is his ball joint. Forward and back motion on the legs, a split out on the leg cut as well. Double hinge knee, that goes a long way, appreciate that. A rotation in the foot, and an ankle pivot as well. Some would consider Walter Peck to be kind of just a filler figure, meaning you likely would be picking up, you're either, okay, a diehard collector of Ghostbusters, which we talked about before. I'm not to the level where I would want to build an entire diorama base because I just don't have the space for it, but I'd like to still consider myself a really good Ghostbusters fan. I warrant picking up figures like this. I like Walter Peck and including him in a figure release. Some people might even figure him to be more of a filler figure, that they would have favored ghosts rather than someone like Walter Peck. I happen to think Walter Peck is a nice addition. I'm glad that Diamond Select have released him. And just short of the fact that his hair and his beard seem slightly off on color, could have maybe gone a little bit darker, I'm very overall happy with how this figure turned out. May not be everyone's cup of tea to pick up a figure like Walter Peck. I guess you could also package, or really you could present this guy as if he's from Die Hard as well. But either way, I'm happy that they turned out and they released a Walter Peck. And then we can also get back to like the main tier characters, like more of the Ghostbusters too. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Ghostbusters. This was the new wave of Ghostbusters figures, and this was Walter Peck. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Spot's got more videos heading your way as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.